Central to the mission of the Urban School Alliance is a commitment to social justice and a firm belief that education is one of the foremost ways of redressing the social inequities that we face in our society. It's the belief of every one of our schools that they have a mission not only to help educate children, but in the larger framework, help their families, help the communities in which they're located, help the church understand its commitment to social justice.
We do have a strong commitment to social justice at St. James School. We are not a charity school. We invite those students to enter to learn and to go forth to serve. And that means now. That means as a fifth grader, you have something to offer the world through your gifts, your talents, and that also requires you to serve beyond your time at St. James School. So it's a weekly commitment. Every week our students are giving back to the neighborhood that is supporting them.
There's a real intentionality about creating a community where the kids feel at home and they know they're loved. And I tell the kids this all the time. I said, this is the place where, love is what it's all about. So much of that is missing from these kids' lives. The overwhelming majority don't live with their father. So we're trying in this, in this school environment to kind of disguise ourselves as something much, much bigger, a family, a community, a church.
We instill from day one that's a partnership. And the partnership goes not only in the building, but out in the community. The Walker School boys go out and pick up papers in the community. They do what they can at their age. In each classroom, there's a picture of Bishop Walker, President Obama, Archbishop Tutu. And so they hear stories about the importance of social justice in their lives, the importance of giving to others. That's not a money issue. That's a moral issue. And they may not have a lot of money, but they do have the moral fiber to do those things.
Our students serve the community by volunteering with seniors in the neighborhood. We have senior citizens that come to read with our students. We have students that are sent out on a weekly basis to keep the property clean and the surrounding neighborhood, but also greeting neighbors and saying, hello, I'm a St. James student, and yes, I'm here, and yes, I'm not just learning, but I'm giving back to the neighborhood that's supporting me.
I think that social justice comes about when you're looking at issues of the day from a wider lens than just my perspective, my family, my country. And when you really have that thread that goes through the curriculum and through what you're teaching is saying, all right, we're connected not just as U.S. citizens, but we're connected globally. We're connected as sons and daughters of a greater God.
When we said it was going to be possible to build this tuition-free school for economically disadvantaged kids who've been abused and neglected, we were able to get all kinds of people involved in making it happen. But that vision, that sense of calling, you think about it in scriptural examples. God called Abraham. He didn't give Abraham instructions or directions, and the next answer was Abraham went. And so when we take that step and we respond to God's call, the reward is amazing.
I think the vision for the school is to develop boys who are well-rounded, ethical beings, moral, spiritual, educated. We want our boys, when they graduate, to have people say, wow, your guys are great. They're polite, they're gentlemen, which is a very important aspect to how to be a gentleman, how to interact with the world around them.
I've worked in a lot of independent schools and public schools all over the country, and I have always worked at the haves. Never in a school like this before. And I feel like I've come home. It brings together all of the people that I want to be around, not only the children that we're serving and their families, but also the volunteers, the staff members, the people that are interested in being in that same space with me. Those are the kinds of people that I want to be around all the time. So my whole day just feels rich in relationship, and that's what it's all about.
I thought I was going in to help students, but in fact my students are the hardest working, most wonderful kids, and I find that every day, every kid has to look me in the eye and shake my hand to get in the building, and it's the happiest time of my life. I think that's really why I'm at it now.
The work that we do with our 66 girls in Lawrence is part of the efforts to change urban education and the landscape of opportunity for young people in the country. We can do what we can do in our corner of the country, but with enough folks interested and willing to support schools like Esperanza, I think more students can have a strong, wonderful life that they wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to enjoy.
I think we're tapping into something very deep but very important that people are feeling about what we need to do in education today in our country. The Urban School Alliance is one of the most exciting witnesses of social justice in our church. We hope that through their work, many of the inequities we see in education, in economics, in accessibility can be redressed. All you need to do is to go into these schools and see what miracles are taking place.